On this episode of the All About Hennessey Show, we learn about Jimmy Berkenbile's Eagle Propane story, get to know Richie Tarango, Hennessey's new middle school principal, and we meet the Eagles 12U baseball team that went to state. All this and more on this episode of the All About Hennessey Show. This show made possible in part by Integris, Bass Baptist Health Center, IntegrisOK.com, and Cimarron Electric, serving Northwest Oklahoma with clean, reliable power for over 100 years, CimarronElectric.com. Be sure to click the subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to be sure you never miss an episode of the All About Hennessey Show. Jimmy Berkenbile's here. Hey, Jim.
Hi, Jack.
We were thinking a little while ago how long I've known you. I'm thinking it's close to 40 years. Because you were working for your dad, and I would come in with Hardin's trucks and put propane in our work trucks. Yeah.
That's back a ways.
That is a long way. So your dad was, Jimmy has a long history. Let's start all over again here. Jimmy Berkenbile, in case you don't know, owns Eagle Propane here in Hennessey, legendary business. And your dad was in the propane business for 34 years, you figure?
Yep.
Something like that?
In that neighborhood.
And it was in Midtown. It was like between Conoco Road and 7th Street, kind of in that block.
Yep, right in there just south of L&M.
That's it. And it was, I remember it as Amgas, or was that right?
Amtane.
Then but it was like Cal Gas and a whole bunch of other.
Burma. Started out Pro Gas, Bill Wolf, for somebody who may still remember Bill.
Yeah.
But then after that, it was like 5 or 6 different Pioneer Products, Pro Gas, Amtane, Burma. Finally became AmeriGas. At one point, we were in the office with this takes some people back with Mistletoe, the Mistletoe.
I remember
freight
that.
in
Yes.
the block building behind the mercantile store now.
Yep. Wow. In fact, there's actually still that's the co-op logo, but there was still a logo on the door way back then. And then, and you joined your dad in 81. That's like shortly after,
21.
Right out of college kind of thing. You jumped in there. And then you and Gary Laddick started Eagle Propane in 99.
99.
And is that the original location on the corner?
Yep.
Their office is at the corner 51 and 81.
Yep.
And then in 2005, you bought out Gary. Right. And made it entirely yours. And you've really grown this thing a lot. I mean,
yes,
I don't know how many tanks you started with, but I know every time I go by his house, there's more tanks stacked up out there that he's distributing around. Now, it's been a family business for like ever. Your mom was the bookkeeper for what, like 100 years?
Seems like it. She goes all the way back
because
to
she
Dad.
was back during when your dad was.
Yeah.
Okay. And she came with you over to Eagle when you opened it.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. Gary.
And then,
well, actually, Dad came, and Dad pretty much ran the office. And then when Dad passed, I would have to say that was probably the closest I ever come to leaving the business. I just
Really?
thought I cannot do this without Dad. And you know what it's like when Gary made a good move and went and visited with Mom, and she called me. It wasn't a day or so after Dad had passed and said, "You need to come over here. We need to talk." So I go over to talk to her, and she informs me that Gary has talked to her. And
we went to her first.
you went to her first. Yes. Good move, Gary.
Okay.
Thanks. Mom said, come Monday morning, I'm going to be sitting at the same desk where your dad sat, and you're going to come to work, and we're going to go on just like he would want us to.
Wow. That's very cool.
What do you say?
Yeah.
I was like, yes, ma'am.
Yep.
That's the reason I'm still here.
That's pretty neat. I didn't realize you learn these things. We're just happened to learn it live. Now you have brought more family on, Christy and Rob Simonek.
Yep.
Christy is now running the office.
Yes, and she does just that. She runs that office.
Yes. Jimmy works for Christy, pretty much.
Actually, I told Jack just a little while ago, it's Christy you probably should have had here because some of the things we're going to talk about,
She knows
I know
how this
very
stuff
little
works.
about, and Christy runs the office, and she knows this
Christy
stuff.
can comment on the video.
There you go.
To correct anything that we've messed up. And then now recently, Keegan Dobbs has joined.
Yes.
And Keegan is, well, he drives the trucks to deliver, but he also is kind of like your service guy now.
Yes.
Now, you've always done service, but it wasn't like you didn't market that.
Right. We did market it. I just have got by for a number of years using a
Pickup truck.
hay wagon to pick up and move propane tanks or set them on a trailer and then pull them to where we needed to take them. And to back up a little, one reason why Keegan had worked for me for quite some time, he's an outstanding young man, and Jack knows, all of you folks probably know, my wife retired at the end of last school year. Mm-hmm. So we're hoping to travel a little more, and I knew I needed somebody to help fill my shoes a little bit. Mm-hmm. And Keegan was the perfect guy. And
he's really mechanically inclined. He just
Yes.
really likes to do that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, if you're coming on board and would, I'm going to buy you the proper equipment that you need to have to do it and to do it right and to do it good. And we'll have a nice service truck that I have never had.
Cool looking new Dodge. What is it? A 3-ton? Is that what that is? Or 3.5-ton or something?
2.5, isn't it?
2.5? Anyway, it's a really cool service truck with a crane on it.
Maybe.
With
Yes,
the crane and all the work body, and it's all aluminum, and it's pretty slick.
It's nice.
When you said you were going to get a new service truck, I kind of figured a pickup truck with a toolbox in the back. You know, it's not like that anymore.
Nope.
Jimmy does it. When he does it, it's big time. He does nice
Try
stuff.
to do it right.
Yep.
And make it look nice.
So the truck's all rigged out with all of the equipment and testing stuff and things
Yep.
like that. And so I always just thought you delivered propane. I mean, the average person would think that's what you do, but you install water heaters and you hook up furnaces and do a lot of troubleshooting and.
We try to do all we can. I mean, the heat and air guys do their job, but when I'm called, if I can try to troubleshoot it and figure it out before they're called to come out, we do our best to do that. Hot water tanks, yes, we install our share of them. I keep them in stock. They're Bradford White, very well-known brand.
That's the good stuff.
It's the same thing that my dad sold through AmeriGas, Bradford White hot water tanks. And we have them, and I know we call ourselves propane business, but I know sometimes, a lot of times, over the weekend, that's when a hot water tank will go out.
Never
it's like,
fails.
oh, got to go get one, or got to wait till Monday to go get one. But we do keep a couple of natural gas ones in stock.
And you've got much more than I imagined as far as equipment, parts, heaters, water heaters. They're little. I don't know how you get it all in that little office of yours, but
sometimes I wonder about the floor myself, because that little office has been around a long time.
Yep.
But the parts for a propane tank, we have people coming from Watonga, other areas all the time that I don't see how a propane business just delivers the gas.
Yeah, you've got to have
You've got
the
to know that
regulators and the fittings and
Yes.
the pressure hoses and
We have all that, and I like to think that we have just about everything in stock. When somebody comes in, it's my goal, hopefully, to have, if you have grill problems and other little grill and hose assembly for a grill, we carry those. We try to have what
we don't
anybody
think
needs.
about. I didn't think about that till you just said it. But your barbecue grill, there's 15 or 20 different parts between the tank and the grill that will break, and
Right.
so he has that stuff. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Christy has that stuff.
That's true. Yeah, Jimmy probably won't be there, but Christy will be, and she'll fix you up, and she knows what she's doing.
Yes.
Now, lately, you've started doing some new, like, really high-tech stuff. Like, I didn't know he did it, and I went out, and there's this little box on we'll show you a picture of it. There's this little box with an antenna on it sitting on my propane tank. And using an app, I can check to see how much propane's in my tank without going out there. Now, of course, mine's like right there, but the average person that's, 50, 60 miles from where Jimmy's base is, that's kind of a big deal to know. I mean, why did you do this? You were...
Well, I first want to say, you said yours is right there, but you're just like everybody else. There are a lot of people I have told me, said, I probably don't need that. I'll probably never download that app. And I said, you tell me that you're not the one that when you're sitting in your recliner, in your chair, 10 o'clock, 10:15 when the weather comes on, and they're talking sub-zero temperatures, in your mind you go, man, I wish I knew I wonder how much propane I got. And the next day you forget to go look.
Well, I'm just like everyone else. I'll walk out in my pajamas and, in the snow and look up the lid and see what's in there. And
so this shows the capacity of your tank. It shows you can set it up to show how much you've used in a 24, a 48, or a 72-hour period. So you got an idea. There is, if I'm not mistaken, Rob is also so much more knowledgeable on this stuff, but I'm not so sure. It seems like there's a notification or an alarm that goes off if you have a sudden drop. If something has happened, that a leak has happened somewhere.
Oh, like me. Like the gophers ate through my
Yes.
line. Yeah, we lost a whole tank of propane. I didn't know where it went. Well, the gophers had chewed through the line and all.
And those gophers didn't charge me very much.
No, no. So we have steel gas line now. Yeah.
Yes.
And that saves you a lot of wear and tear on your trucks and things like that, driving around. I guess you used to try to do a route, and now you tailor the route to where you need to go, not to where you may or may not have to go.
Right. Any customer that's got one of those on their tank, we can bring it up on each one of our individual phones, or Christy can check at the office, and if you call, she can tell you how much you've got. But anybody, it's free to the customer. You can download a link, and if you just call the office, Christy can send it to you. She'll send it to you in a text message. She tells me, again, she knows all this stuff. You just push the link, and it'll pop up right there for you. And
that's pretty cool.
Christy's there to help you, and anybody can get this, and it lets you know. And again, it doesn't cost you anything. Mm-hmm. So why not have it to where you can just take your phone out like you do for everything else now, and see how much propane you got.
That's pretty slick. Now the latest thing is paying online. I have no clue how that works. I know Jimmy doesn't either. But
That's right.
Apparently it works really well.
Yes, Christy's really excited about it. Of course, I was telling Jack just a while ago, and Christy knows I've teased her, I don't know, for days after we first got this set up, and she started telling people, and I think we sent it out as a notification on the statements that went out that you could now pay online, and many of you do. Some of us are still old school and write the check. But I walked in, and Christy, for days, several days in a row, was like, Uncle Jimmy, more people are paying online. This person paid. And I'm like, Christy, they keep doing that. I won't even need you. Trust me, Christy, you will always be needed there to run your office. Your office.
Yes. The gatekeeper. I tease her as she's the gatekeeper of Eagle Propane.
And then I always have Rob, and I don't know which one keeps each other in the line the best.
Well, I'm glad that, selling propane's a really old school company. You always had a truck and you have a tank and you drive around, and now you're adding all of these cool things that maybe big cities have had forever, but this area hasn't.
Right.
And it's neat that you're using technology and, the younger guys and new equipment and things like that to make the service better. And
There's also people that go to our webpage, which I'm not sure about webpage, Facebook page, and have ordered their propane that way without having to call. They think about it when they're gone, and may not have the phone number at the time, which you can always look that up on your phone, but you can also
Instant
just
Messenger Christy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Very cool. Anything else? I think that's it.
I think that's it.
I think we got it covered.
I think
Call
so.
Eagle Propane, corner 5181 in Hennessey, and get gas. Thanks, Jim.
Right. We always have gas.
This show made possible in part by Dollar Trucking of Hennessey. If you need a hauler, holler at Dollar. I have Ricardo Tarango.
That's correct.
I said it right. All right,
sir.
we were just talking about difficult names, and he's got a nice, easy one. Ricardo is the new Hennessey Middle School principal, and you got that job because you changed formats. We used to have
Yes.
just like 3 principals.
That's correct. And it was like this whenever I went to school because I graduated from Hennessey, but 5th through 8th grade will now be middle school, and it used to be 6th through 8th grade. So we're adding 5th grade to the middle school like it used to be back in the day. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true middle school
Yeah.
was middle school and not this mid-elementary,
Yeah.
I don't know what all that did. But And you are an 07 grad from Hennessey?
That's correct. Yep, I was born in Enid and raised here in Hennessey, so been here most of my life. Yeah.
It's pretty good when we bring them back home. See?
Yeah.
And now, where did you go to school? Where did you get your degrees?
I got my bachelor's from UCO in Edmond, University of Central Oklahoma, and my master's from East Central University in Ada.
Okay, ECU. Very, very cool.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't realize you had to have a master's to be a principal. That's
Yes, typically it's an education administration degree or education leadership, depends on the university, but yes, it's a requirement to be a principal.
Okay, we learned something. And now you were in the service.
Yes, sir. 2009, I joined the Marine Corps. I was 2 years into my bachelor's degree. All the way till 2015, I went in as a reservist.
Was that like the UCO, not the UCO, what do you call it? The ROTC kind of
for
a thing?
no, that's for the officers. I went in and enlisted. I was discharged as a E5 sergeant, but I did a couple years of active duty, went overseas, and I got out in 2015.
So you did some Afghanistan stuff?
Yeah,
and
2011, a little over 7 months, and I did some other traveling too. I did some annual training in Norway, beautiful country, and
Really?
I was really fortunate. Yeah,
Some of the benefits of the military
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
you
there were some good ones.
Okay, well that makes up for having to go to the sand,
Oh,
and then you get to go somewhere fun.
Yeah, 120 degree weather. a little
120?
Yeah,
And we complain about 100. Okay,
yeah.
we won't complain anymore.
It's not humid though over there, so
It's
it's
dry
pretty
heat.
dry.
Dry
yeah.
heat,
Uh-huh.
yeah, like Arizona. Sure. Okay. Now, in I guess it was you said 2014 you began teaching, and your first was
Yes.
in Enid.
Enid Public Schools, that's where been my all of my educational career has been up until now. I've kind of been everywhere. I did a few years of elementary PE, pre-K through 5th. Did some middle school PE, and then I also taught high school at the taught Spanish at the high school. Coached every year until I became an assistant principal. I coached high school baseball and middle school baseball and junior high football. But and then I finished in Enid as an assistant principal at Garfield Elementary for 2 years.
So, are you, with all that athletic background, are you going to do some coaching here?
No, I want to focus. I mean, I'll be part of the extracurriculars by being present and all that. But it's really time consuming, and I know admin's really time consuming, so I want to dedicate to admin, and I'll still be
You
present.
can jump in if you need to. Yeah.
Yeah, if it comes down to it.
We have record of that. So you met your wife. You have an interesting story with meeting your wife.
Yes, it's usually something you see in movies. You don't know that it actually happens. But I met her at a wedding, her cousin's wedding. My friend invited me, Andrew Spurrier, another Hennessey grad, and I said, "Yeah, let's go." And I met her there, and here we are. Been married for almost 3 years now.
And you have a new baby.
Yes, she's about to be 6 months old. And
Oh, wow. Well, because when you got your job, she was brand new.
Uh-huh.
Yes, just a couple months ago.
Whenever I was announced at the board, she was about a month old. So.
Wow. Now your wife has a new job.
Yes, she does. She's been at Heritage Pharmacy for almost 3 years, and it's been great. But the opportunity with St. Mary's popped up, and it's going to allow her to spend more time with Evelyn, our baby. And, things really change when she comes along.
Life changes, yes.
So she's really excited about this opportunity.
Well, that's very cool.
She starts next week. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Now, Hennessey used to have 4 core classes, and that's changing.
Yes, we're changing that. We're still going to have 2 electives instead of 3, but we're going to have our language arts, we're going to have our math, science, social studies, and we're adding reading as a core class. I just feel like that's
I
something.
just always thought that was a core, but it
It
wasn't.
is at a lot of schools, and they kind of go back and forth depending on personnel and
That's
stuff.
the only thing I was good at.
Well, yeah, it's something I think everyone can improve on. I should read more than I already do, but I think that's going to help us
It's getting
tremendously.
harder now with the digital thing. Yeah.
And we're still going to have a good variety of electives besides our athletics. We have a 7th and 8th grade broadcasting class. We have a STEAM class, which is, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
Well, that's what that means.
Yeah, that's what
I
STEAM
heard the
stands
acronym
for.
all the time, but I
Yes.
didn't know what it meant.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we still have our honors classes for 8th grade, Spanish 1, and speech, and so on. So I think it's going to be great.
So it's time to get enrolled.
Yes, we have a little over 90% of our students who have been enrolled at the middle school, at least. I can't speak to the high school or elementary, but so we have, if you could just get online, make sure you are enrolled. If you have any questions, you can call the office and we'll help you out to make sure we get everyone enrolled. But compared to last year's population, it's a little bit down.
And Ricardo's bilingual, so he can
Yes.
help with any of that. If anyone has questions, you can call in. And,
Yes, I can.
We'll put your office number
Yes,
up here. And
yep.
your email address so they can
Yes.
reach out directly to you and you can help anyone
Sounds
that
good to
needs
me.
help.
Yes.
Very, very cool.
We'll put Renee Curry's information too, because she's kind of in charge of
Yes,
the
she
enrollment.
does the enrollment.
Yes.
Directly does the enrollment.
Yes,
Okay.
we can give them her information.
Very, very cool. We'll get all of that in the description of this video. Are you writing this down, Ivan? He's back there writing this stuff down. Okay. And now you've hired 3 new teachers.
Yes. Some of it had to do with Mrs. Riley retiring and just some personnel moving and, adding the reading. So we have a 5th and 6th grade reading class that we hired on. Evan Kading, he actually just got done playing college baseball at Randall University. So he's going to help coach in junior high baseball. 5th and 6th grade ELA teacher, Sarah Stauffer. She's coming over from my school, Garfield.
You said EOA?
That I was at. ELA, English Language Arts.
Okay,
Yes,
acronyms. Sorry.
Yeah. ELA, and then 8th grade science teacher, Jackie Boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. And you have a Meet the Teachers event
Yes.
coming up?
Meet the Teachers, August 10th from 4 to 6. That'll be an opportunity for students to meet their teachers, get your schedules. If you see something wrong with your schedule, you can come to me or come to the office, or maybe even the next day if you notice it before school starts, and we can get you fixed up. And then Todd Cameron, our IT director, he's going to be running technology meetings throughout the day, mainly from 4 to 6, but just for students to get their Chromebooks
We talked
and stuff
about
like that.
on the last show 2 weeks ago.
Yes,
where,
I saw that.
Because there's things you need to know about the computers that the kids are going to get and
Yes.
how to operate them and
Yes.
some deposits and things like that.
So
And then now this Meet the Teachers is a face-to-face thing. It's not this
Face-to-face, yes.
computer thing anymore. or-
That's correct. We got a lot of questions about that, and you'll be able to roam the building and meet not only the teachers, but I'll be there to have any type of conversation you want to have.
Very nice. Very good. Things have changed. Well, they're back to normal maybe, not changed.
And I did have Mr. Crosswhite, the elementary principal, ask me to pass along that our bell schedule is still 8 to 3, but we're not going to have Fast Friday on Friday anymore.
Oh, that's right.
So that 2 to 3 slot where they got out early, it's going to be 8 to 3 every single day.
Do you know what's going to take the place of that? Or are we just going to get out earlier or start later? Or I
it's
think we're
just-
starting later, aren't we?
We're starting a little bit later, but ending a little bit later also. But, we're meeting the minutes requirement, obviously, but it's still going to be instructional time.
Okay.
From 2 to 3 on Fridays.
No more Fast Fridays.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when's the first day of school?
August 12th.
Is that
on a Thursday?
Is that a Thursday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Why do they start in the middle of the week? Is that just sort of get rolling a little before you?
Yeah, the first day is
never
kind of like
understood that.
figure out your schedule, meet your teacher, go over procedures. Sometimes that takes a couple of days, and then you can start the
Go home and
the
rest.
next week.
Yeah.
Rest up and
Hit
start
the
the next week
reset
fresh
button.
once you have everything set in place.
School's getting ready to start. Be sure to enroll. Go to the Meet the Teachers event, and we'll see you on August 12th. Ricardo, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You bet.
I'm excited.
Stay tuned. This show made possible in part by DK Recycling of Hennessy, 405-853-6951. All right, this is an exciting time. I have the Hennessey Eagles 12 and under baseball team that went almost all the way to, where did we almost go?
We ended up at state.
We ended up at state, and I have coaches Brandon McKay, Tiger Calvert, where are you here? I have Kaleb Peach, Brandon Mooney, and Ryan Cooper couldn't make it, but he's here in theory. Brandon, so this is kind of exciting for Hennessy. Has Hennessy gone this far before at this level?
It's been several years ago. But
Okay.
Yeah, they have.
So tell me about the group. It's not a school. It's not a school program, but it is a sanctioned program.
It's sanctioned through OK Kids is who the governing body is, and then we play through the Cimarron Valley League, which is the league that we play in this area, which is based out of Kingfisher. They have a board of directors as well. Teams within so many mile radius can play within that league. And then as the teams come out of the league, you have an end of league tournament. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
And the number one team out of the league automatically qualifies for the next level, which is regionals. And then everybody else that's still in the league can play in the end of season tournament. And then they take the top 2 teams out of the end of season tournament and they qualify for regionals.
Very cool.
We had 14, 15 teams in our league.
Yeah.
And you had 15 players.
Yes, we have 15 total players. There's 15 teams in our league. There was only end up being 10 teams that played in the end of season tournament. So they take the top 2 out of there. We qualified for regionals. You get to pick your spot for regionals. Hopefully, if they take your spot, they'll send you there. If not, they'll take you to your second spot, which we tried to go to Kingfisher because they were hosting a regional for close proximity for parents, kids, everybody. We didn't get there, so they sent us to Washington.
Washington's near Norman.
Yeah,
Pretty good ride.
Just southwest of Norman. Yeah,
About 2 hours.
It's about
Yeah.
2 hours down there.
Okay.
4 days down there.
Yep. So we played down there Tuesday through Saturday. Played 4 games down there. Went 4-2 down there. We got runner-up in regionals. So they take the top 2 teams out of regionals, qualify for the state tournament, and then they take 2 teams out of each regional, which there's 7 regionals. So there was 14 teams at the state tournament, but then they have 2 automatic bids. And Clinton and Weatherford got the automatic bid, so there were 16 total teams across the entire state for 12U playing in the state tournament.
Wow. So how did the last game that you did play go? Where it was it probably obviously a tough team?
Very tough team. I mean, and that's one of the
And
things.
who did you play?
Our first team down there, we played Red Oak, which you can throw a rock and hit Arkansas.
Yeah.
So they had to travel quite a bit, and then we turned around and we played.
Hard questions. We didn't study for
Yeah,
this.
we did not study
Ada.
for the questions. We played Ada, very good ball team, and then we turned around, and so that put us in the losers bracket. We won our first game, lost our second game, put us in the losers bracket, and then we played Tallahena.
Another
And-
long ride.
Another long ride. Played a tough game against Tallahena, and then ended up getting beat on it as well.
What was the final score?
3-0.
3-0.
Okay.
Yeah. Struggled batting the ball for the tournament, but that's part of baseball.
Yep.
Got to take
Hey,
all of it.
you got next year.
Got next year.
Yep.
Got next year.
Very, very cool. We're so proud of you guys. We're going to introduce each of the players now,
Okay.
and they can all say their position and what their names are.
Sure. Like I said, I mean, we've got 14 official players, and then we have our honorary player, Logan Wittenberg. Field named after Logan,
go.
of course.
Yep.
He's been with us the whole time.
Well, thank you guys, for making Hennessey proud and going all the way to state with your baseball team. And we thank you so much for representing Hennessey and putting us in a good light.
Well, thank you for doing this for us. We appreciate it.
Stay tuned.
DK Recycling of Hennessey, 405-853-6951.
Hi, my name is Bradley Gallia, and I'm number 13, and I play right fielder.
I'm Kaleb Peach, number 12. I play right field.
Hi, my name is Bob Calvert. I'm number 3, and I play left field.
Hi, my name is Hayden Hubbard. I'm number 26, and I play shortstop and catcher.
Hi, my name is Trevin Smith. I'm number 5, and I play first base and catcher.
Hi, my name is Levi Ferrell. I'm number 18 and I play center field.
Hi, my name is Chuck Tillman. I'm number 19 and I play left field.
Hi, my name is Jarrett Smith. I'm number 4. I play pitcher and first base.
Be sure to click the subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to be sure you never miss an episode of the All About Hennessey Show. Check out this week's All About Hennessey Post newspaper and subscribe for free at allabouthennessey.com.